Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
Stabbed to death, over $60. Tonight, Detroit police search for the killer of a local mother of 3.
A powerful statement on a local street corner, what one Navy veteran is doing to keep others from forgetting the 9/11 attacks.
And 4 Live radar showing why we're still in the thick of a severe weather alert that's going to last a few more hours. We just heard it overhead from our studios. We've seen some severe thunderstorm warnings come and go, but there may be more before the night's through.
Definitely a messy evening. It's been alternating between rain and sunshine.
If you heard that.
We could hear the thunder right now in downtown Detroit. You heard that, Andrew? So what's more we can expect over the next few hours?
Well, more thunder, more lightning. You see raindrops on the camera lens, and what an ominous looking sky, right? Severe thunderstorm watch in effect for Detroit and all of southeast Michigan from now until 11 o'clock. If you were with us earlier this afternoon, or even not before 4 p.m., we had some severe thunderstorm warnings that were in effect. Those have been allowed to go away or expire. However, we're still looking at scattered shower and thunderstorm activity. We're seeing heavy downpours. You can see all the tons of lightning that's around as well. North of the city of Detroit, here's the thunderstorm cell that's over us right now, including right over Michigan Avenue and right over downtown Detroit, where the Tigers are set to play in about a half hour from now over at Comerica Park. There are those lightning strikes that have occurred within the last minute or so on the west side of the city and right here in the financial district. You can see how rainy it is here in downtown Detroit. Rain-cooled air, mostly in the 70s. You can feel that humidity out there. So how long do these thunderstorms last? More on that and your 7-day forecast in minutes.
All right, Andrew. A local mother struggling to escape addiction is murdered, and police say it was over money owed to a drug dealer.
The amount, just $60. That's what the life of Tiffany Wallen was worth to the person who pulled out a knife and stabbed her to death over the weekend. Sean Lay has some new information on the search for the killer and how Tiffany is being remembered.
Well, good evening from Southwest Detroit. Tonight we're talking about a young life taken right here in this alley by Michigan Avenue. This is military. You see a sign here that someone left. We love and miss you, Tiff. Her name was Tiffany, and now police are trying to find her killer.
This is 28-year-old Tiffany Wallen. Friends and family describe her as a beautiful soul who had 3 beautiful young children. Wallen was murdered, stabbed to death multiple times, far away from her home in Ypsilanti, here in this alley on Military Street, just off of Michigan Avenue. It happened in broad daylight, 2 p.m. this past Saturday. Local 4 cameras are there today as police homicide investigators comb over every inch of this alley, looking for clues. Investigators went door to door today, asking if home security cameras captured anything that can help.
Yeah, they did. They came by, they asked me if I'd seen what happened or if I caught anything on camera. I said no, because, you know, this is how it is out here all the time.
We are told that Tiffany was murdered over just $60. Family and friends say she could not get out of the grips of drugs, depressed after her sister died. She apparently owed the $60, didn't have it, so her life was taken in the most brutal way.
She's just one of the people around here, and she fell into bad times with bad people.
Somebody's mom.
Somebody's mom, somebody's daughter, somebody's sister, you know. What are you going to do?
Here is the very latest tonight. Tiffany Wallen's 3 young children being cared for by family as police investigators, you saw them out there trying to track down her killer. In Detroit, Sean Lay, Local 4.
All right, Sean. The United Auto Workers and General Motors continue bargaining ahead of their midnight Saturday deadline. No one panicking just yet. But we turn to Local 4 business editor Rob Maloney, who's been down this road many times before. He knows the intricacies. The parties are far apart, and the UAW is bringing a lot of baggage to the bargaining table, Rod.
July 13th, Solidarity House, the union's Jefferson Avenue headquarters on the Detroit River, burned. The fire didn't gut the place, but the smoke damage and the soot forced the entire International out of its home. They moved on to its Region 1 in Warren, but considering the fire happened just days before the handshake, the UAW decided to rent space in the Rensen for the talks. Now, they usually happen here at the GM UAW Education Center, but considering the FBI IRS raids of the last month that included UAW President Gary Jones' Canton home and the investigation into the use of UAW Education Center funds and other kickback schemes, the UAW could not afford the linkage here. So today we went to the Orion Assembly plant to speak with UAW membership. To a person, they did not want to talk about all of that scandal stuff, but they did address the national contract talks. Some are worried
about our health coverage.
Really? You think they're going to take from you?
I think they're going to try, but we are ready to strike. We're going to stand up for what we deserve.
Others, not so much.
Do you think they're going to walk?
It's hard to say. It's hard to say.
But you're not worried about it?
I'm not, no.
Did you set some money aside?
Nope.
No?
No.
I got faith in our union.
We are positive. You know, GM making good money, so we're going to make good money too. You got to be positive and thank God everything, you know.
It's our Rod Maloney reporting. The UAW is telling its membership talks are moving slowly. There are a lot of areas in which they need to reach an agreement. So far, they do not appear close, but things may not be quite what they seem. Meantime, the UAW is bringing in all of its local leadership for a big meeting on Saturday. That'll be Saturday morning for an update on where things stand. They could approve a strike should that end up being necessary at that meeting.
A Navy veteran who stood at the corner of Taylor and Eureka Roads for hours last year is back at it again. John Heidenrich is spending the day paying tribute to the victims of the 9/11 attacks. Local 4's Coco McAvoy joins us live from that intersection. So, Coco, how long has he been standing out there today?
John Heidenrich has been here at this busy intersection since 5:30 this morning. He set up this big display and he even inspired another person to join him in salute. And he believes this is the right thing to do. On this September 11th afternoon, USA! USA! John Heidenrich stoically stands in the rain, saluting cars as they go by.
I'm gonna weather the storm.
Heidenrich is a Navy veteran, and for the second year in a row, he set up a moving display at the busy intersection of Taylor and Eureka Roads.
And then the sign here, I got the piece of wood from work.
It's a tribute to the victims and first responders from 9/11.
It's a true honor to do this, and it's more of an honor to get the response I'm getting today.
People stopped to talk to Heidenrich.
I saw you on Facebook, so I figured I'd come up here and check it out.
Drivers even pulled over to make sure Heidenrich was okay.
I just want you to be safe. I keep coming around and check on you, so I know you're okay.
Thank you.
Others brought him supplies.
I had to do 3 flip-arounds to get back here to be able to tell him I appreciated it.
And the support from the community is fueling Heidenrich's desire to stand strong.
It's a great feeling. I can't describe it. It just shows, you know, people care, and that's why I'm out here.
To show respect to the people who lost their lives in the attacks and remind people to never forget. And Heidenrich will be out here until 7:30 tonight. That will make it 14 hours total of him standing in salute. Back to you.
Oh, so impressive. Coco, thank you so much for sharing.
Well, the Detroit Youth Choir had the audience on its feet last night with their rendition of High Hopes.
Man, were they awesome.
Yeah.
They were great, proving they are not your typical choir. They put their own touch on the classic. One of the highlights was the rap portion. Our very own Kimberly Gill live in Hollywood tonight. And Kim, you spoke to the young woman behind those DYC lyrics.
I did. Karen and Devin, good evening to you. And no doubt they put their own special flavor on last night's performance, mixing in everything from a step show in terms of their choreography to reggae and rap in terms of how the song sounded. And you mentioned the rap portion. Exactly. It was very strategic, not just in terms of the lyrics, but also the fact that they put Jayla Smalls right front and center to perform in front of Queen Latifah. It's not every day that you get to perform live in front of one of your role models, but that's exactly what happened for aspiring rapper Jayla Smalls.
She actually, she congratulated me, for having the confidence, to go up there. She was like, "You spit for real," and I was like, "Oh my God!" and I got to touch her hand, and I think my dream came true right then and there.
Jayla, whose rap name is Indy Goya, is talking about Queen Latifah.
We thank you for the blessing, and if they
Jayla also wrote the lyrics.
So that first line, Detroit is changing history, breaking rules like it's criminal. You don't see choirs, adding rap or hip hop to the music that they do, us remixing High Hopes. So I wanted to put that line out there, we're changing history. It's a possibility that a choir could win AGT.
I'd like to feel that they rapped a little harder and better just because I was there. That Detroit choir did an amazing job. They took us so many places.
The singing was great, the rapping was even better, and let's talk about that footwork.
They didn't miss a beat. It comes with some discipline, hard work, and just encouraging them to do beyond what they think. And that's the whole thing, just trying to show them that you have a purpose and it's beyond this stage.
It is so beyond this stage. You're exactly right. So just 5 acts remain, and we'll move on to the finals after tonight's show at 8 o'clock. So I'll be here. I'll have reaction coming up at 11 o'clock. Until then, we'll send it back to you guys in the studio. Reporting live tonight from Hollywood, Kimberly Gill, Local 4.
In fact, I'm wondering, Kim, which is more nerve-wracking, performing or waiting to find out if you get to move on?
These guys are cool as a cucumber, though, Devin. I spoke with them earlier today, and I thought they would be really nervous, but they're just like, whatever happens, happens. We have won already, and we know that by, evidence of what they're going to be doing afterward. They're going to be performing at the Lions game. They're going to be performing at the parade, we found out. So many more opportunities for them.
Really great.
But they're going to win.
You bet.
Thank you, Kim. Time now for a check of the national stories. You'll see ahead at 6:30 on NBC Nightly News.
Let's head to New York, where Lester Holt is standing by with more. Lester.
Hey, Devin and Karen, good to see you. Coming up 18 years later, the 9/11 death toll is still rising. Tonight, I speak with a first responder who says he's living on borrowed time. Plus, late news on the opioid crisis, a massive settlement that could cost an opioid maker billions of dollars. We'll have that tonight.
And Lester, I understand that involves a big pharma company and the drug OxyContin.
Yeah, if the settlement happens, the company is expected to file for bankruptcy, but OxyContin would still be available. We'll tell you the details of a tentative deal when we see it tonight on Nightly News.
Just about 19 minutes from now, Lester. We'll see you then. Thanks. A big automaker making an aggressive legal move, suing some local artists after using their work in online ads. You'll hear what a judge has to say about that.
Plus, the defense attorney for a Macomb County bodybuilder tries to explain why his client was seen on camera brutally beating his girlfriend.